I'm going to be talking about the topics I covered in Mr. Simpson's audio and video production class. So the first one says the student understands professional communication strategies. Well, basically how I cover this TEK is by being in groups, collaborating with them, and coming up with different ideas to make a good project and a good outcome. Another thing, the whole class was centered in this contest called iPad Palooza, and we knew what the audience wanted. They wanted either for them to feel happy, sad, depressed, and what we did, we made a video about balloons, and we hopefully had made the audience happy. The second one is basically talking about critical thinking and skills that I personally use, and some skills that I learned throughout this class was the new version of iMovie. At first I didn't know how to use it because I've never used an iMovie until this year, and it's pretty fun. The fact that we had different effects, different things we could add, we could change things, make things look better. It was pretty fun. Another thing we did, we also filmed through the iPad, and we made scripts. Like as I was saying before, on the iPad Palooza, we had to come up with a video that would make the audience feel informed and interest. And also we used this script outline called 15 beats, and we filled that out and we went along as our script. Talking about emails, and as everybody should have emails, I have a Gmail, a Yahoo Mail, and I use the internet a lot. And also the fifth one says it's like basically the history of audio and video. And as Mr. Simpson was telling us, he said that long time ago people came up with speech, and also they came up with writing, and then that's when technology came into place, and then they transferred speech to one place to another without the people being there. So it was like emails, text messages, calling, and after that they had an idea to combine pictures with speech, and that's when they started to make movies, and now we have the internet. And up to this day, as you may see, the technology is actually becoming bigger and bigger, because they're coming up with different things like Apples. They're upgrading on Apple, Samsung, and all these type of brands. We've also using our iPads to create audiobook. I remember the first I believe trimester of this year, we had to do an audiobook. We had to read to small elementary kids, and we used our iPad, and we had to download this app to record our voices. Also, we written scripts before doing the project, so basically we need to know what we have to do, what we have to accomplish, and what our outcome's gonna be. Another thing, movie trailers. A linear does not exist, and also a linear does not exist, and a linear does. And the that people should come across with is, let's say you have your iPad or your iPhone and it cracks, and you decide to slide your screen with your finger and you cut yourself. That's not really being safety, because you know it's cracked and you know it's broken, so you shouldn't do that. It's talking about developing employability characteristics, and some of those characteristics that we all should have is working with the group, and using tech skills to manage our time and managing our work, because we don't have enough class time to do everything we have to do. So in order to do what we have to do, we have to manage our time. Like I always did in Mr. Simpson's class, I always try to finish as much as I could the first day and then continue on the next day, not doing as much because I did a lot in the first day. And also managing time is a good thing to manage, because we might be doing our work and time flies, and next thing you know it's time to go to the next class, and therefore we should manage our time and the things we do to make our work better. Basically talking about copyright and parody, and something that we learned in this class also was using other people's work. It's not fair because you're taking credit for their work, something that they took a while to create, and then you're just going to take it without giving them credit. If anything, you should give them credit for what they did, and just make other people seem like, oh, this person knows how to use copyright with citations And that's another thing we learned. If we want to use other people's work, we have to use MLA citations in order to give those people credit and not taking their credit, making it our own credit. Talking about developing the understanding of audio and video production, and basically what I'm starting to see is the Google Glass. People are actually using that to make movies by virtual reality, and what that means is like you have your Google Glass and you can press the buttons and tell them what to do. You can pretty much talk to it on the phone. And also people are trying to boost up the technology, which they're making Google Glass and they're making other type of glasses that you can see through them and you can make movies out of them as well. In this case, Mr. Simpson has Google Glasses, and I remember I borrowed them once and it was pretty amazing because the fact that we have Apple phones, we have all this type of technology, and now we're making up better technology as the Google Glass. And also, I remember I was wearing them and I was taking pictures and I was recording my friends and I was recording Mr. Simpson as well. And that's a really cool experience to go through. Understanding of the pre-production process, and basically what that is, as I said before, is coming up with a script or a storyboard, identifying the equipment that is going to be needed. Like, let's say we're making a movie, so we're going to need an iPad to record in or a phone. We're also going to need a storyboard, the beginning, middle, and end. And with that, we can use a 15-beat sheet that Mr. Simpson was provided us with. And T13 says the understanding of production process, and basically just the app that we use, which is iMovie, which helps us make the movie. And lastly, it helps us understand the post-production. That's by editing the video, making it better, getting feedback by our peers and our teacher, and once again, editing the video to make it better and to have a better outcome of our video. And that's the end of the TEKS. These are the TEKS that I covered this year in Mr. Simpson's media literacy audio production class. And Mr. Simpson, I had so much fun in your class learning all the different things you can do in iMovie, GarageBand. It was really fun, and I just want to thank you for everything you've taught us this year.